Hello, 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 hello. Oh. Welcome back to Planescape Torment. Last time, we saved our skull friend, we made friends with monsters, figured out I'm weak around other monsters, helped some lady, helped some dude to get a lady, helped some helped some lizard people to not die. And was it and yesterday we also dealt with a pregnant wall that traps people inside it, and I guess this is how it gets pregnant. I guess, yeah. I'm not really up on my wall biology lessons. Yes. And my co-host today is Chaos Cat, that just does chaos all around. Right now she's very fascinated by my shoes. Yeah, she's very fascinated by my shoes. I think she took a whiff and regretted it. Words hard today. And I think she's going to bother mod. Most likely going to bother mod. Anyways, we are trying to enter a tower that you get into the tower by not wanting to get into the tower. Which is somewhat silly, but okay. I don't know how it works. You approach the location of the portal that the body, Laszlo, spoke of. The boy. Not body, he's not dead yet. You begin to replay your conversation with him in your head. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in, you hear yourself say. Suppress my desire to enter the tower. How the fuck am I? Okay, two questions. How do I suppress my desire to enter the tower? No, like seriously, how do I do that? Secondly, since this area looks like it's free for people to go around or even approach it. Like, let's say I am a random peasant. You sing the Camelot song? What is the Camelot song? She wants to play. It's still a bit too early for her to eat. Yeah, she really wants to play. Look at her, she wants to play with you. So, let's say I am a peasant, okay? I am a peasant living in the low world. And I just pass by the entrance to the tower. And of course I don't have a desire to enter the tower. I'm not even aware of the tower's existence. Can I still enter the tower by accident? Even if I don't want to enter the tower at all, to begin with. Accident or no accident. Hello. Oh, what the fuck? Hello. You are a big fella. His legs are attached to this giant wall behind him. If I stand here, will he just try to kill me? I'll take it as a no. You see an iron creature? Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattle the walkway as the creature hammers away on its forge, and the smell of soot and ash fills the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
There is the screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge bracers run through its lower torso and into the walls, and the bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. Are we standing on his cock? Asking for a friend. What are you? I am iron given purpose. What purpose? I forged the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. I don't think it's a good thing. You mean forging weapons? What's your purpose? Metal is like flesh. Both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with the heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential. Allow it expression. What do you make these weapons for? I forged them for the sake of entropy. They are pain-seeking expression. What does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, order rallies its legion. The multiverse heals its wounds. In time, its strength may equal entropy. I don't know, this guy kinda reminds me of Thanos. He even looks like Thanos. It's just metal Thanos. The multiverse is your enemy? Why?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes. Words are hard for me today again because I guess I'm a bit on the sick side. It grows. It stagnates. It forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. And you are opposed to chaining entropy? When a thing seals itself against its own destruction, it merely dies a different death. So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death? Immortality is only a word. All that exists can die. You're saying you could forge a weapon to kill an immortal? Every living thing has a weapon against which it has no defense. Time, disease, iron, guilt. You sound like a lovely guy to talk to, honestly. How do you know what weapon to use? One must know the enemy to forge such a weapon. And how do I do that? Start with a fragment of the enemy, a drop of blood, a crystallized thought, one of its hopes. All of these things tell the way it can die. Could you forge a weapon that could kill me? Yes. Really, how? I would need a drop of your blood, that's it. I can literally give you my entire intestines. I still have them in my pocket for whatever reason. Very well. The tool of your destruction has been forged and educated. It is not enough. What do you mean? The magics that keep your heart beating and mend your flesh are strong. You must sink the blend into your body only within a shell where you are cut off from the planes. Why? The reason is not known to me, yet both the weapon and the place are necessary for your destruction. Where would I find such a shell that separated me from the planes? That is not known to me. I had another question. Okay, let's see. It can sell weapons. Okay, let's see what he bought me. He got me Blade of the Immortal. 2 to 3 piercing. Can you identify this weapon? I think it's probably one of the most useful identifiers we've met so far. Okay. Let's go to the coffin maker. Let's save. And now we will go to the coffin maker. So we have a weapon that can allegedly kill us. Allegedly. You see a rugged-looking, square-jawed man. He turns to you with a wide smile. How are you, Cutter? Good day to you. Good day indeed. He squints at you for a second, then adjusts his hand out to shake yours. Shake his hand. Greetings. Hamris at your service. Member of the Harmonium and the fashioner of fine coffins for the recently departed. I think I know you, do I not? Let me see if I can place it. He pauses to think for a moment. Sharp with names, I was in the Harmonium. Let me tell you. Knew everything on the entire world. My name is Adan. He snaps his fingers. Of course, Adan! I knew I recognized you. Anyway, you require my services. He studies you, then smiles, seeing the opportunity for a joke at your expense. It seems to me, sir, you are one in desperate need of a coffin, and soon. He seems pleased with his wit. I have some questions. He nods at you. Ask away. He gives a broad smile. I hear your father died. Can you tell me what happened? He frowns at you. Well, he disappeared some time ago, so I can only assume that he's dead. Why did you hear this? I don't recall. You say he disappeared. He nods. Oh, yes, many years ago. My father was a talented stonemason, and he did not only construct sarcophagi, but he was also quite skilled in tomb design. People form a cross sigil. The room begins to fade around you as a memory tugs at your consciousness. Relax and try to remember.
Updated my journal.
You find yourself standing in this very shop, talking to an older man while a child sits in the corner and plays. On the counter between you and the shopkeeper is a set of plans. He seems to be explaining some intricacies with the construction of a tomb. Your vision fades as you try to examine the details of the plans. When your sight returns, you're standing in a cavern in front of a tomb. Above the entry, you see the slogan, Engineered for Eternity, clearly carved in the stone. The shopkeeper is standing next to you, a broad smile on his face. He gestures to you and begins to walk into the tomb. You quickly match his pace from behind and draw your blade. You find yourself back in Hamri's shop. He is looking at you with some concern. Are you... Well, sir, tell me what happened to your father. He simply vanished one day, leaving most of his commissions unfinished. Most embarrassing. Took a long while to get out of debt caused by his disappearances, and to an extent, I'm still settling various accounts. Still, I have a certain aptitude for the work, and he sighs lightly and gets a far look in his eyes. Go on. He shrugs. Sorry, I was just thinking. My father's disappearance was the reason I joined the Harmonium, and left it later on, At least I had a burning desire to find out what happened to him after I felt a certain obligation to continue his life's work. He sighs. I never found the answer I sought. It was quite a mystery as to what happened. His voice fades to silence. Did your father keep any of the plans for the tombs he built? He thinks for a moment. Yes, he did. After I came of age and inherited the business, I went through all of his records. They were quite extensive. Why do you ask? If I describe a tomb to you, could you tell me if it was your father's work? He frowns in thought and shrugs. I can but try. My harmonium training has blessed me with a sharp memory. I should be able to recognize my father's work if you give me enough detail. Looks at you expectantly. Describe the tomb from your memory. He thinks for some time. There is a little doubt that the tomb you describe is my father's work. The slogan you mentioned has been the family trademark for several generations. He pauses and gives you a strange look. This tomb, where is it located? Describe the location. You describe the location in detail, surprising yourself with the knowledge you have of the area. Hamris watches you with concerned look. Odd, I don't recall anything in the family records that would even have permitted him to construct a tomb there. The Dustmen are very careful about building right and real estate, especially beneath the streets of Sigil. Then you recognize the location. He nods enthusiastically. Oh yes, sounds like the Drowned Nation's catacombs to me. He pauses. I've never been there myself, but I've heard the area described many a time in my years in the Harmonium. I need to know if your father kept the plans for the tomb. Yes, the warehouse where I store my goods handles my business documents as well. Anyway, they are having internal problems of some sort, new management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late, and I doubt I could retrieve any paperwork from them either. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, and then he looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matters for me. The warehouse? Yes, the warehouse is having some internal problems of some sort. Whatever that means, I can get my stock from them until the matter is cleared up. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, and then he looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matters for me. I guess I don't have a choice if I want the plans. I'll do it.
Updated my
He
journal.
smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with the issue satisfactorily, you may have your plans for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. That may not seem like a sufficient payment, but let me tell you about the difficulty involved in creating these plans. No, thank you. I'll just get started on this right away. Farewell. Okay, we can allegedly loot the place without pissing the guy off. So let's see if there is anything we can take. I don't really need the bandages. Well, we got some bandages out of it. Who is your friend here? Glances at the customer. Dimitri? He shrugs, like he hadn't considered the fellow before. Quiet, doesn't say much. Do you, Dimitri? Dimitri doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Hamris shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day, a few weeks back. Been a regular ever since. He hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him stay. Seems harmless enough. You see, when I was serving the Harmonium, part of our work was to take people under our wing. Give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets. Get them spruced up. I must be going. Farewell. Let's talk to Dimitri. The tall gaunt man is still locked in a conversation with the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper is doing all the talking, however. Greetings. The man turns slightly at your greeting, just enough to acknowledge your presence. You notice that he is a little pale of complexion and rather gaunt looking. He is giving you a blank stare. The shopkeeper does not seem to notice any of this and continues with his stream of useless prattle. Are you alright? The man continues to stare at you and slowly nods. You wait for any further response, but he says nothing, only stares. You're about to turn away in frustration when you think you notice a strange musty odor from this man. Step closer and sniff. You lean in and sniff the man, unsure what you'll find. As you do, a musty odor fills your senses, an odor you recognize from your time in the mortuary. It is the smell of dead flesh preserved by magic. You're a zombie, aren't you? The creature continues to stare at you blankly. Slowly, as if with great effort, he begins to reply to you. Only your speak with that power makes him understandable. Yes, I am Dimitri. Dimitri, same. Why are you here, Dimitri? Dimitri slowly glances at the shopkeeper and makes a feeble gesture towards him. Seeing this as a sign of interest, the shopkeeper redoubles his efforts in telling whatever tale can. Dima! Tell he is relating to the poor creature. Dimitri looks at you again. Hamris, he talks. Hamris never stops. Wanders town, annoys master, annoys everyone. Master create Dimitri. Tells Dimitri tog Hamris. Now Hamris stay in shop. Master happy, town happy. Dimitri said. Is there anything I can do to help you, Dimitri? The creature pauses, then resumes his slow speech with you. You can almost detect a pleading tone in his voice. Yes, find Master. Sebastian. Ask him release me. Please. Returns his attention to Hamris momentarily. Please. Why don't I just put you out of your misery? Dimitri barely shakes his head at you. No. Master revive. Must ask Master. Sebastian, please. He awaits your answers. Sure, Dimitri. I'll see what I can do for you.
Updated my journal.
You can almost sense a feeling of relief emanating from the zombie. Dimitri, thank you, friend. Farewell, Dimitri. Okay, let's go and talk to Sebastian. Sebastian smiles at you. Good day, Carter. How may I help you? Actually, I want to talk to you about Dimitri. He stares at you for a moment and then sighs. What about Dimitri, Carter? He wants to be released from his curse. He gives you a surprised look and then waves you off. I find that hard to believe, Carter. Dimitri doesn't have the mental power to desire anything. He frowns for a moment. Did that idiot Hamris put you up to this? No. He glares at you in thought. Hamris is a lackwit. I doubt he can figure out who could have done this. He sighs and shrugs his shoulders in exasperation, which means that poor Dimitri is more aware than I thought. He looks away from you and seems to be in deep thought. So, will you release him? He looks at you for a moment with conflicting emotions crossing his face. He sighs and throws his arms up in exasperation. I cannot, sorry. He gives you a pleading look. I want to, mind you, but I cannot. I fulfilled a contract by creating Dimitri, and I cannot break it. Right or wrong, I'm a man of my word. My reputation demands it. I understand your dilemma and agree with you. Could I release him instead? That would be difficult. He turns and begins to look through a nearby box. After a moment, he removes a book, which he sets down in front of you. First, you would have to have some magical aptitude. Second, you would have to be able to properly speak the words you find on page 23 of this book. Go on. Last, you would have to touch Dimitri just as you feel the power of the words culminate within you. Turns his back on you and rummages through another box. I can't allow you to read this book, however. It would be tantamount to my breaking my word through the actions of another. And then spoken through the box, ignoring you. Read the book and leave.
Updated my journal.
Let's go to the warehouse and get the plans. Twice welcome to the vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day, Sir Gillian? I'd like to claim something. And what was it you were looking for exactly? I was told that I could retrieve some plans for a tomb here. Plans for a tomb? You don't look dead, sir. Not that it's any of my business if you were. Here are your plans, sir. Can I get you anything else? No, thank you. Farewell. Farewell! We are at the vault of the Ninth World. Value your business. Please return. Yeah, I'll bet. I like this place. I love the warehouse. 10 out of 10. It's my favorite location. These are the plans of a custom-made tomb, stenciled proudly across the top edge. Are the words engineered for eternity. Is this the place? No, this is not the place. This is the place. Dimitri turns to face you slightly as you approach. You can feel a sense of expectations in there about him. You find Master. Dimitri, release? Yes, Dimitri, I know how to release you now. Dimitri turns to face you and gestures towards you. Please, friend. Speak the words Sebastian taught you. You pause to gather your thoughts and then carefully speak the words Sebastian taught you. You then reach out and touch Dimitri lightly on the forehead. Rest well, Dimitri.
Updated my
To
journal.
the side, a zombie collapses at your feet. You think you hear a fleeting, "Thank you, friend," as he falls to the ground. I love how this guy doesn't give a shit. Can I wanna open this thing! Wait. Aha!
All right.
Okay, can I loot Dimitri? Never mind. Amri smiles at you. I like that he doesn't recognize or that Dimitri is dead. I mean, I guess it's more work for him, but he doesn't get paid because he didn't really have any money. Hamri smiles at you. Good day again, Cutter! Did you get the plans you were looking for? Yes, I've dealt with the situation at the warehouse and got the tomb plans.
Updated
He
my
smiles
journal.
and nods. Well done, Cutter. As I said, you may keep whatever you recovered from the warehouse as your reward. Thank you for your help. Farewell, Hamris.
I've learned some new tricks.
Let's save. And we're going into a new location, the Clerk's Ward. Okay, now we are looking for a brothel. Are you a brothel? Yes, this is the brothel.
Done.
Before you is a stunning golden-haired woman dressed in an azure and violet dress with two long elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I'm called Fall from Grace. She studied you for a moment. You're new to Sigil, are you not? Yes, I am. Does it show? She smiles slightly. Not as much as you might think. You carry yourself quite well. What is this place? This is the Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lust, TM. Copyrighted. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake of this establishment. Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lust, TM copyrighted? What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. Oh, it's like the guys who say that they work out at the library. Okay. Much pleasure can be had in a conversation and engaging in the verbal arts with others. Sounds dull. Mort, just because you have a brain, it doesn't mean it's dull. No, literally, Mort doesn't have a brain, he's just a skull. I assure you, it is not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. So this is a brothel where there is no intercourse. Only of a psychological nature, rest assured, it's still quite stimulating. It reminds me, okay, so... when I was in college, there was this chick, and my god, I hated her so much. Like, if condescending was a personality... That's not condescending is a personality trait, okay? But like, her whole personality was, I am a condescending piece of shit. And I hated her, I really hated her. And I learned that she hated me as well, so I don't care. So in college we had like this Zoom meeting where they brought some people to speak, and it was like, if you want you can come and listen. Now I had better things to do than listen to some old farts talking. So I didn't bother going to that Zoom meeting. And most of my friends didn't go either because some had work, some had school work. Basically everyone was fucking busy. Everyone was fucking busy, too busy to deal with it. So... So I know from other friends who talked to her that she said that, oh, she went to the meeting. She said, oh, I made time to go to this meeting. It was such a fascinating meeting. I learned so much. It was like an orgy of brains. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. No, mate. No, no. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it unironically. Oh, it was such an orgy of brains. Like, Are dicks not good enough anymore? Are the vajages not good enough anymore? Yeah, it was one of the biggest cringe moments I had in college, and I had a lot of cringe moments in college. So yeah, I just wanted to take it out of my chest. You know, take it off my chest. That I have thoughts, considering people who are like, oh, who needs sex if you can have intellectual conversations? Bitch, why not both? Why not have very deep intellectual philosophical conversations and have good sex? They don't need to be exclusive. You know, you can have both. In many cases, you can have both the options. You don't need to pick and choose. So yeah, I really dislike those people. Because okay, if you don't want sex, it's okay. Also, if you don't want deep conversation, it's okay. But don't be fucking condescending about it. You know? And I think this is where the rant is over. Unless she will say something that will make me pissed off. Only over... I have to ask, why did you establish such a place? Paul from Grace raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question, she frowns. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that, at least directly. My apologies, Lady Grace. I didn't mean to be so direct. I was merely curious. Oh, no apologies are necessary. I'm more than happy to discuss the reasons with you if you wish. I would like to hear them, yes. Part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. You know, when we heard from the Skull about the Society of Sensations, I really expected them to be like Cenobites, like fucking horny all the time. I guess I was wrong. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. And that is why you established this place. This brothel is intended to slay... Hey, Sam! How you doing, buddy? This brothel is intended to slay the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow, physical pleasures that fill the hive and lower worlds. I know so many people that I want to shove them in this building and lock the building. Just lock the building, let them sit there and eat each other's brain and rot there, because most of them are the most condescending, elitist pieces of shit I've met in my life. I hope it's still a good day for fishing. Well, I wouldn't call them shell. I mean, I can understand that. The women here must be special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction, to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. I'm doing well. I think I'm sick. So... you know, having fun being sick and playing this game. How about you? Hope everything is doing well. Sensates. She bows slightly. Yes, I'm a member of the Society of Sensates. Yeah. And the girls here are in training to be sensate. I appreciate the sentiment, Sam, but I think I'm really sick. Like, it doesn't seem like I have fever, but I feel fucking cold. My stomach is on fucking fire. And I'm cold. I'm so fucking cold. And I'm never that cold. But I'm fucking freezing. So yeah. It's either I'm gonna have period or I'm very sick. No in between. Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Yeah, why not? Why not? Worst case scenario, I drop in the middle of the stream. It's just more drama and sensationalism. Who knows? We can do clickbait. Streamer faints middle of stream. Hashtag too hot for YouTube. Hashtag sexy. Hashtag brothel. Hashtag orgy of brains. Hashtag NSFW question mark. Mod, remember all of those, because I won't. I see, can I ask you some other questions? Yes. I came here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me? I tried. Also, I think soon is Cat's dinner time. So, if she starts bothering you, you can give her food. But if you're just cuddling with her, then, you know, don't give her food if she's not hungry. Yeah, dinner is amazing. Help? What kind of help are you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In so doing, I've lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia! Fall from grace looks pain. How terrible! Do you have any idea how it happened? No, not really. At least not that I can remember. As you can see, I have amnesia. Of course I don't remember how I lost my memories. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary and everything before that is black. Going to continue working on my animations. Good luck, Sam. And thank you so much. Hopefully by tomorrow's stream or next week's stream I'll be better. No! Don't keep Bachet. He might stab you in the back. Never trust Bachet. Why do you think I'm behind Bachet? Because I don't want to be stabbed in the back by this French fella. I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. Dude, you died and returned to life like 17 times. I think it's safe to say that you're immortal. Fall from Grace seems to appraise you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body. She reaches out a hand as if to touch you. May I? Sure. Fall from Grace drags her fingers across your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Fall from Grace steps back. Some of the wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, what do you intend to do now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. Fall from Grace is still thinking, her finger tapping her chin. I must say, I've never met a man who had lost himself in the literal sense. She raises an eyebrow. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Well, I'm glad you think so. I have offended you with my words. Fall from Grace bows her head. I give an apology, if you will have it. Apology accepted. Fall from Grace nods. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories. I may do that. Can I ask some questions first?
Updated my journal.
Yes. Have you ever heard of a night hag named Ravel? I'm familiar with the name. From Grace pauses and thinks for a moment, almost cluster thickly about the name, and most tend to discount her as myth. But I suspect that she did exist and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. She looks puzzled. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. Grace raises an eyebrow. Truly, I find myself compelled to ask why, and the information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. Do you know anything else about Ravel? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now, she primarily exists only as a fiction, a figure in children's stories. Grace pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pen dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Ravel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the lady's prisons. Mazes, what are those?
Updated my journal.
Grace places her hands together, thumbs and fingers touching, forming a rough circle. The lady is said to have the power to take pieces of sigil. You watch in surprise as the ghostly image of Grace's little finger pulls itself from the hand and floats into the air, calling it a small circle. And make a maze. What the fuck? Go on. The small ghostly circle floats in the air and then begins slowly rotating. The piece of sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There is no escaping being mazed. It can happen at any time while walking down the street through a door. She claps her hands, and then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Go on. Grace continues. The tiny ghost maze reflected in her eyes. It is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left in to give the prisoner hope. Perhaps they are left in to torture the prisoner. The ghostly maze dissolves. Perhaps it is both. I see. Can you tell me more about this plane that Ravel is from, the Grey Waste? A blighted plane that lies effectively between Baldur and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in the Blood War. Is there anyone else who might know about her? Someone in the First Hall may know more of her. Can I ask you some other questions?
Updated my journal.
I guess you're right, Firebird. Honestly, no, you are right. It definitely sounds like Petach Tikva. Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Master says she'll be coming with us. We don't need the likes of her, so we don't... You jelly! She's jelly because we found someone with somehow shittier attitude than her. Exactly, 1-to-1. You just enter Petach Tikva and it's like you're in a different plane, very confused, no parking whatsoever. And then you get out of Petach Tikva and you completely forget about it. Bar that, Findling. Mort clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. The powers know you are about as fun as passing a caltrop through your bowels. Mort, what do you know about bowels? You don't have them. I'm sorry. But I can see it, and even then, we might forget about its existence. I love that we banned the I word, but we didn't ban the Petach Tikva word. And now I'm tempted to ban the Petach Tikva word as well. I agree. That's on me. That's definitely on me. I shall fix it eventually. I am procrastinating, like I'm procrastinating lots of shit. But we shall. Oh no, God, no! Anything but being cancelled. I thought I'm better than this, but no, I'm getting cancelled. Whatever shall I do? I thought I was an ally to Petach Tikva. Just so you know, I think Petach Tikva matters to someone. Oh no, that's it. I'm over. I'm done. I will donate for the cause of the Petach Tikva. I will donate. I will donate exactly 50 cents. I'll donate exactly 50 cents for Petach Tikva to make it a better place. Hopefully we'll open some parking lots. Honestly, I'm on Twitter just because, you know, it's like a car wreck. I'm just waiting to see, like, when it will be completely dead. You'd best latch your bonbox, Skull, or I'll rattle you so hard they will be picking your teeth off the spire. Guys, relax. There is enough of me for everyone. It's a spit of... Yeah, I agree with you. Do you know how many people I blocked in the last 2 months? I think I blocked maybe 300 people at least. So many of them with the most shittiest takes. Now here, I am the type of person who says the only thing that unites the far right and far left, hey, look, I'm not gonna get political on stream, but you know, you guys, these people are exhausting. But what I have to say is, blocking people on social media is okay, even if they get some stupid takes. And yes, I'm the type of person that will block a person for a stupid take. By the way, it doesn't even have to be a political take. You can give me a shitty take about food, insta-block. Give me a shitty take about, I don't know, the weather, insta-block. I don't care, I don't see in my eyes. I just block. Like, what are you gonna do to me? Complain and ask to be unblocked? No, have better opinions about food, motherfucker. If you move center from Tel Aviv to Petach Tikva and build an IKEA in there, nobody will be able to escape. Mod, why would you want to subject people to this kind of torture? Like, really? Well, why would you want to do such a horrible thing? The IKEA SCP is in the Tesla. It reminds me... It reminds me of... There is a horror book I wanna read that is basically... It looks like an IKEA catalog, but it's a horror book about a family that gets stuck in an IKEA and can't get out. And I really wanna read it. It's very much like House of Leaves, which I also need to read. Like, it's not on my TBR, it's on my read list. It's must-read list. And again, procrastinating that shit. So. But I don't think a Minotaur is very Petach Tikva-y. You know? I think we should put something that truly captures the... You know? The area. Yeah, I agree with you, Firebird. Even better, put one. Put one. Okay. And just put a lot of chairs. And you know, like how in horror movies they show you the creepy wheelchair creaking into the spotlight? Okay? This, but with plastic chair. You know, there is maybe one or two of those guys. Okay? But wherever you go, when you get closer to them, or even randomly, you just go and suddenly the spotlight turns on and you see a plastic chair. Dude, I would shit my pants. I would genuinely shit my pants. By the way, have you heard that a plastic chair fixed Yes! I've seen it! I've seen the video of the plastic chair hitting his face and how he grabbed that other dude's nipple. Now Mir Hatzaroni is both racist and scary. Which I mean, he evolved from being just racist. You know? Yeah, you were promoted from just racist to being racist and very, very scary and unsettling. Also, was it... I don't know if it's like a Mandela effect. Or did I have memories of him. Like, saying that he wants to date significantly younger women. And it was really creepy about it. I don't know if he truly said it, or I remember him saying it, or it's just he said something and I misinterpreted this. But I remember him saying something very creepy about dating younger women. And I remember it making me very uncomfortable. I think it was at the time where he says he claims he dated an Asian woman. I don't know if he's still dating her. But there was so many red flags about this relationship. Not because he dated an Asian woman, but like it looked like very much, it gave the vibe that he basically pays her to be with him. Again, it's all alleged. It's all alleged. And it's from my memories. I remember it since when I was a teenager. So we're talking here about my memories from like 11, 12 years ago. But yeah, Amir Hatzaroni is fucking scary, man. He's like, if I go into a dark alley and I see Amir Hatzaroni, I know I've fucked up somewhere in my life. This man is so horrifying. And even now, it's even more horrifying. Did you see his picture in uniform and the gun? You see him anywhere someone fucked up. I mean, I guess you're right. Down for... I don't know, mate. I don't know, man. Honestly, I would have lived in a better world if I wasn't aware of his existence. I would genuinely have lived in a much better world if I wasn't aware of his existence. I also would have been happier, I guess, if I wasn't aware of his existence. But yeah, I remember him going into... I don't know. I want to know just for the nipple share video. I mean, I guess if you need to fix people, you need to hit them in the chair and hit them over the head with a chair and give them a nipple. And then you'll fix people. But yeah, I remember him, like, back in the day, how... I mean, first of all, he's still unhinged. He's just a different flavor of unhinged. But he was so unhinged. A few years ago, like, he said some of the most unhinged shit ever. And he's still unhinged, but he just evolved to a different flavor of unhinged. Anyway, Anyways, let's continue with the more fun stuff. We're in a brothel where they don't have sex. I think it's the political horseshoe theory. Oh, yeah, totally. Look, I've met so many people who try to disprove the horseshoe theory, but they're not making themselves they're not making a good case for themselves, is all I'm gonna say. And as I said, I'm trying to be less political. I'm trying to be a less political streamer. You know, there are many streamers who talk politics. There is the Hassans and the Voshes and the Destinies. No, I don't speak about politics. I talk about monster cock. Okay? Again. No, it's okay, Firebird. We're in a difficult time for our people. We are very hurting. Don't bonk me. I'm saying the truth. I'm telling the truth. You know, I bet like many of us lost friends or know people who lost friends back there. I don't... Oh, thank you. I don't really mind. But I would rather stay on topic and return talking about monster dicks, monster pussy, and other monsters. I want them to fucking crack my skull between their thighs. Because if this is how I die, this is how I die. I deserve to die like this. If I had another bonk. Mod, can you bonk me for Firebird because we're good people? Okay. So it means I can talk about monster cock until Firebird saves up. Just to give him the motivation to bonk me. Let's continue. Travel with you. Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems... You missed me. You hit every room in the brothel besides me. No, I'm still fine. Travel with you. Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That's rather forward of you. I'd rather be honest with my intentions. You seem extremely pleasant and well versed in the ways of the plains. A companion with that kind of knowledge would be welcome. Hey, wait just a minute. I'm the one well versed in the plains. That's my job, Chief. Having two people knowledgeable about the plains in our band seems pretty smart to me. Besides, I said, pleasant too, Mort. Pleasant on the eyes, maybe? Look at me! Like all some shit has to do is show a little skin, and you'll sign it right up. Mort falls silent. Not that I mind that really, I just thought I'd mention it. Mort, shut the fuck up, or else we're just gonna be a fucking sausage party from now on. No more ladies, we're discriminating. We're just having sausage party because Mort ruins the fun for everyone. Noted, Mort. Look, Lady Grace, excuse me if I'm being too forward, but would you care to travel with us? I appreciate your candor. I shall counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? So, are there turtle people in game? Not that I know. I don't think there are. As far as I've seen, there are Abishais, which I appreciate. Lizard people, which, you know, they have the face that only a mother could love, but I appreciate their existence. Tieflings, you know, the usual thing. Elves. Creatures I can't pronounce their names because it's so complicated and whoever wrote it just... Yeah, they're tieflings. So yeah, some creatures I can't pronounce their names because the guy who invented those creatures just threw a bunch of screws at the keyboard and called it a day. What's a tiefling? Google tiefling. Just Google tieflings. I think you will appreciate tieflings. I digress. I intend to travel to places perhaps no one else has ever been to or could reach. Would that interest you? Hey, Mom, how you doing? That would indeed. She cups her chin in her hand and thinks for a moment. Yet. Good, I'm glad to hear you're doing well, ma'am. You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching for the planes for himself? The planes for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested, she smiles slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing, make no mistake about that. Then you would like to travel with me then? If you wish me to, then there is something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. I'll go speak with them then. I'll return when I have spoken to all of them.
Updated my journal.
Internet dies. Anyways, I looked them up. So, red hoof demon elves. Yeah, kinda with tails, and they are very known for, they're very portrayed in a very, sultry way. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's loot the place. Finam's book. This is the research journal of a linguist named Finam. This... Why can't we never get Jewish demons? These have duck feet. What Jewish demon has duck feet? Also, I mean, you got Shin Megami Tensei and other Atlus games. You know, they use, you know, Judeo-Christian demons in their games. But nobody cares about the Judeo-Christian demons when you have demons that are just literally a cock. Which I love, because it's so ridiculous. I don't think I've ever... What Jewish demon has duck feet? As you make to search the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawers slam themselves shut. A disdainful humph issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello indeed? The armoire gives another humph. So, what have we here? A rogue after some ladies' frilly undergarments, Jewish demons have duck feet, that's how you tell them apart from normal people. Well, the more you know, I guess. You talk? Do I? Why, yes I do. Who are you? I am Louis. And who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow, rummaging about in other people's things. Yes, I am an adventurer. It's literally in my job description to loot everything I see. Not only that, what are you doing here? Well, sir, if you must know, I am being an armoire. But why are you being an armoire in this brothel? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire. Thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers, where they can rub against my skin. Oh, you're a pervert! Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I am merely soaking in the experience of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations. Wait, is that just an isekai? It literally is an isekai. Dude just wakes up one day and he's a fucking rug and he's happy about it. And also there are tits and vaginas everywhere. Not that I'm judging, but honestly it's getting a bit ridiculous. Yes, they do. And they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts exactly. And while they have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they are not exactly aware that I am an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon the matter. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. You okay, ma'am? This dark-haired... Her hair is literally white. This dark-haired, white-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she is depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings. Yes, I'm named Juliet. How may I... Oh, never throw mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Also what? Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Yeah, just as I thought, just shove in all the people that piss me off in that one house, lock it, let them talk to each other, let them just give Badger a peace of mind by shoving the annoying people in this place. Is your life so tedious? Alas, it is, she sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. Perhaps I could make it less boring for you, my lady. No, this kind of thing to offer. Though I am already with a man, sir, and I do not love him dearly. It's just that I wish, taps her finger against her chin, something more of license. Is the relationship lacking then? The only thing it lacks is excitement, sir. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly, his siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going, she frowns, so smoothly. It's not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. Give me a fucking shoe, I'll throw the shoe at her. What do you mean it's too smooth? Everyone is getting along, everyone is happy. The guy, I guess, is good. So what are you upset about? I don't know about that. It's like I complained, oh no, my relationship with Maud is so good. Someone please do something to make it a bit more dramatic. Because I'm so bored with my life, and I need drama 24/7. If I want drama 24/7, I just watch reality TV shows. It's drama of other people, and their drama is funny, because it doesn't involve me. I can just judge from the side, like a normal human being. I don't know about that. Dost thou not? Hast thou never had such courtship? She glances briefly at you. 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. Do you want me to, like, shoot your boyfriend or something? It's not something I care to speak of. This is just that all my friends have such interesting relationships, once fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs, poison, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me, and whom the world loves. She sighs again, a great source of annoyance. Oh, I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up. Again, do you want me to shoot your boyfriend or something? What the fuck do you want me to do? Oh wait, no, I think I need to throw chairs at them and give them nippers, and then their personality does the whole 180. And then they will be fixed, not necessarily for the better. Paul flows close to you, whispering, I feel sorry for your lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. A shit like this is nothing but trouble. What did you have in mind, Juliet? I'm not sure, some element of danger, or jealousy, something intense. Why don't you make up some fake love letters for my hidden affair? Julius eyes brighten. Excellent notion! Most excellent! She suddenly frowns. But he knows my handwriting. Will thou write some for me? Not my sort of thing. I can find you some, though. Oh, wouldst thou? Excellent! When thou dost find some, please give them to my love, Montague. Oh, it's like Romeo and Juliet. I get it. I get it. And the Montagues, yeah, it's Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I'm smart. I'm clever. It's Romeo and Juliet, but they're happy. May be found within the Civic Fest Hall. As for the letters, please try Scofflopen. He runs a print shop in the lower ward. I thank thee. Of course. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Okay, we're looking for someone named Vivian. This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and regal demeanor is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small phial dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent that seems to draw you towards her. Greetings. She looks you over, arching an eyebrow with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings, my name is Vivian. Am I to presume I am being summoned? No, I just had some questions. She nods imperiously. Go on then. What are you doing here? Aside from my work as a student here, I'm looking for something actually. You would not happen to have smelled it, would you? Smelled it? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone. Wandering. It is somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident. Though you never know with the ladies around here, she frowns. So by any chance, have you smelled it somewhere? How can a scent go wandering? Vivian shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now, poof, it is gone. I need not bear such annoyances. Vivian stumps her feet. I want that scent back, and I want it now. How would you know if how would you know it if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. It is quite striking, especially to men. I can help you. Vivian seems dubious. Yes, certain. I do not wish to impose. No imposition. I am pleased to help such a lovely woman as yourself.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking and idjit stick. Oh, Anna is jealous. I don't care. Like, I don't know, like she just jumped on me and started biting me one day. Why do you expect me to like her? Vivian smiles and nods to you. You are too kind. Very well. If you run across it, please let me know. I am somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. I'll take my leave now. Farewell. Okay, so far so good. But to get political, but both parties suck. Yes. Honestly, everything sucks. Yes, they also suck. Honestly, everything sucks. Besides us, we're good, we're lovely. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem constantly words hard. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I am Nanny, and how are you this fine d? She suddenly notices your scar and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt! She blinks all over. Mort spins around you, mocking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. Mort, shut the fuck up. They're all old scars. I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars. Oh, how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm named Nanny. She makes a little curtsy. And it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel of the slating of intellectual trademark copyright. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under the scars too. What's that one? She points to one of your tattoos. That one's? Looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches to touch you. Touch it. Allow her to touch you. I think that's ink. She traces a finger around the edges of the tattoo. Is it ink? And what a pattern! Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There is nothing to be done about the scars. They are permanent. Oh! I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. She cringes. Indeed. But I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you, and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. None of the physical variety, really. Oh, are you hurt inside? In the head? She clasps her hand eagerly. Mayhap I can help. In fact, I know I can. Part of a sensei training is to learn how to draw heart from others. My mistress says a sensate may draw pain from a wound and bring it into oneself. But nonetheless, I can help. May I try? Please say yes. Sure? Nanny clasps her hands and makes to rest them lightly on your forehead. Allow her to touch you. As she draws near, you notice Nanny's skin is lightly perfumed with the scent of lilacs. She rests her gloved hands gently upon your forehead and closes her eyes. She hums lightly to herself, and you feel a faint warmth spreading through your body. Thanks, that felt nice. Sure! So glad I could help, Nanny beams at you. She seems ready to burst with joy. I had a question. Please ask, she smiles giddily. Do you know anything about Travel Puzzlewell?
Updated my journal.
No. Sorry, that's a great name though, huh? I'll bet she's a really interesting person. I should ask Yves about her. Yves collects all kinds of stories. I'll say, I had another question. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Nanny frowns deeply. What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nanny. Oh, but I don't know if she is a thief. Nanny bites her lip and looks at you with pleading eyes, as if she just wishes you would leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. Nanny puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reactions. Was that convincing? No, not really. Nanny frowns. I knew I wouldn't be good at this. She looks up at you, depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Ma'am, I can teach you how to say bad things about others if you want. Why don't you practice on me, Nanny? I suppose I could try. She looks dubious. You big, mean, nasty brute! She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie! She looks at you. How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute! Better, now hit me. And he clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't, I must not. She blinks. How does one hit somebody anyways? Go ahead, do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it! Then he slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened she hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me, you okay? Don't break character, Nanny. Come on. Show me what you've got. You can say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh! Nanny draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, put them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, then be you. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through. Going out late at night, her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think? Excellent? Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some back clicker looking for your approval. I'm my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Oh, you're not that late, Azure. It's okay. How are you doing, buddy? You're just in time for me fighting with my wife, question mark? Alright, that's enough out of you, Nanny. Nanny punches you. You barely feel it. Take this! She punches you again. And this! She punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist flailing whirlwind. Okay. Time to let go of the anger. Nanny sighs sadly. Phew, that was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. Sure, I have questions now. I am trying to find Vivian's sand. Do you know where it might be?
Updated my journal.
Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. Nanny nods at you. Thanks, Nanny. That's all I wish to know. Farewell, Nanny. That was quite the conversation. This striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper, a translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely figure. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. I had some questions. She nods. Who are you? She smiles and curses, but offers no response. Can you speak? She shakes her head and smiles sadly at you.
Updated my journal.
I love this shit already. Shut the fuck up, Mort. Can you write that? Or pantomime? She pouts, shaking her head. May I ask you why you can't communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Let me ask you about something else. Okay. I guess she really can't help us right now.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Why not?
What's up?
You move here.
I hear your words.
And you
I'm here, right?
lockpick things. I'm out. Unfortunately, a D&D session that was planned today was postponed because things came up for some of the players. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, you play D&D? What do you play? Tell us about your character. A handkerchief. I'm not interested. Okay.
Got it.
money!
I'm gone.
I will
Aye,
hear
what?
you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I wasn't supposed to see it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to see it. Not kick shaming, just a bit scared. I feel like I'm missing a room. Anyways. Let's go to Marissa. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing but of her face. She started bothering you about food? Good cat. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes, come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition, like so rude and foolhardy. Can hear a faint whispering sound, like a slight breeze or the hissing of serpents. Mort whispers quietly. Whoa, creepy shit. My apologies, my lady. I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gives a slight But it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? Not just yet, I had some questions. Ask. Why do you remain behind this screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs, and there is the sound of scales sliding on scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and that doubtless suits you as well. Please come into the light. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? I think so. You think so? How could it not know? It's kind of complicated. Indeed, it must be too great for a mere mind such as mine to grasp. I really have no sure idea of what I am. Truly, that's almost interesting. There is the sound of hissing in the darkness. Is she a snake person? Describe yourself to me. I am tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of withering asps, and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. Are you a fiend?
Updated my
Marissa
journal.
laughed slightly, and the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. No, hardly, though I've powers some might call fiendish. My glance turns living things to stone, for instance. From being things of flesh to statuary with the bet of an eyelash. Ah, so she's basically a Medusa. Living things to stone. Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue? We're gonna sacrifice our pet limb. I don't think I have a choice. Why can't I sacrifice Mort instead? Oh no, Mort doesn't really have eyes. Why can't I sacrifice Mort instead?
Updated my journal.
I suppose I could. Had you a limb and were I inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined, had I my crimson veil. But I do not know where it has gone. Have you seen it perchance? No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil? Marissa sighs quietly. No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chambers for some of her perfumes. So I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You will not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. That's all I wish to know. Farewell. I don't want to sacrifice my pet Lim. No! Okay, let's look for Nanny again. Totally, I'm so connected. I'm so connected mentally to to my Lim. I don't know. Again, I would rather sacrifice Mort for this shit. Well met, good sir. I'm Nanny, and how are you this fine day? Oh, we've met before. Nanny giggles and smiles gleefully at you. I'm sorry. I knew you looked familiar, though. That's all right, Nanny. I had some questions. Please ask, she smiles giddily. I'm trying to find Marissa's crimson veil. Do you know where it might be?
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kimashi? Kim? I've seen that nasty Kim other tongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kim is really awful. Anyway, I would talk to her first. That's all I wish to know. Farewell, Nanny. Take this. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Okay, we're looking for Kesai Series. This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy raven. Raven, it's red! Bluish skin. Okay. Okay, I can believe it. I can believe it. I can believe it's blue. And shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies, which have fires lit behind them. Though she's not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. Greetings. The one's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I am Kesai Seris. So tell me, what might I do for you? Anything, Mordekaiser. Do anything you want to me. And this is how a brother goes. We are proud of you, Mort. I would have done the same. Kesai laughs heartily, revealing canine long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Mort. Truly though, please, what can I do for you? Well, what do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course. Usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature. But not always. Kesai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything, you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me. And I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Kesai arches an eyebrow in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and devas dream. You know? Are you certain you don't? Quite certain. No dreams at all. Huh. So peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. Well, I did have some questions. Kesai blinks her crimson eyes at you, awaiting your question. If you don't mind my asking, what are you? Kesai shakes her head. What? Can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman? She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I am plain touched, actually. Like your friends here. Kesai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. I had another question. What are you doing here? Entertaining your questions, it seems. She winks at you. Really though, I'm a student of Mistress Grace's. Mistress Grace's. Mistress Grace's sounds wrong, I must say. It's like Reese's Pieces. All the prostitutes in the brothel are a student. That's right, the brothel is actually a school for women who are thinking of becoming sensates. Mistress Grace teaches us the ways of language so that we can better identify with ourselves and those around us. It lets us experience the planes more fully, you know. Was the kid just complaining right now? What happened, love? Is she with you? Why is she complaining? What happened, love? Tell me about the sensates. The Society of Sensations believe that the multiverse can only be understood by experiencing it. The more you experience, the closer you are to understanding the dark of the multiverse. Intriguing, huh? I think I was born to be one. I just want to know things. Probably need to clean her litter. Okay. I had another questions. Do you know anything about Travel Puzzle Wall? No, nothing. Are you sure? You seem suddenly upset. She knows her red eyes at you. Of course I'm sure. Don't ask me over again. Well, farewell then. Okay, I guess this is the room of Kim Saxi? No, this is Eve. Are you Kim? Kitty! love, come here. Come here, baby, sit next to me. Come here, beautiful. Come here, kitty. The wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered only by a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brassiere, and an armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leather collar around her throat with the inscription Kim Saxi Addertongue. Kim Addertongue. Greetings. Kim bears her teeth at you, and just what are you looking at, you banged up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa, was he never horribly mistaken? Mort, shut the fuck up! She sneers at Mort, then looks below him, where a body would normally be. Sharp tongue, for a stemless deader. That's enough, you two. Sure, Chief, whatever. What a witch, huh? Mort, hoofs. That waggles his eyebrows. Mort has eyebrows? I like that. I'm sure you do, Mort, but I need to talk to her. The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Well, you seem to like the taste of foul in your mouth, you dang-breathed cretin. Only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me? She makes a retching sound. I would rather kiss a bloody mess of helm than lay my hips on you. No thanks. Don't thank me. Thank the power someone actually wants to kiss you. Kim looks at a loss for a moment to say, for an instant. A smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. Alright, what do you want of me? Questions answered. She looks annoyed. Fine, whatever, ask. Say, can you teach Mort here to be more abusive? She has her eyebrows. Now that's an unusual request. I don't know, it seems pretty foul-mouthed already. Ha! That's he seems pretty foul-mouthed. Kim Bladdertongue, you scruffy goddamned harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of bone box. I can walk, run, dance, and what do? Bob around wishing you had a pair, goats or otherwise. The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults, and clashing with razor-edged tongues. I don't think he has a tongue. Wait for it to end. At last, the two stop their bickering, and eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally, the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Mort. You're not bad, really, not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Mort waggles his eyebrows at her. Eh? Kim narrows her eyes at Mort. Don't push it, Skull.
New taunts, alright.
I won't, tiefling. I will admit, I might have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, Chief. Sure thing, Mort. Kim turns to you. So, was that all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Actually, I had some questions. She looks annoyed. Fine, whatever. Ask. So we improved the litany of courses. That's good, that's good. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Marissa's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing veil somehow? Kim flies into a rage. Who told you that? She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrow eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room if you would like. I catch you sniffing at breeches, though. I will see to it you are never allowed in there again. How would anyone ever sniff at your breeches?
Updated my
Beats
journal.
me, someone's nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too, with the iron studs, she hums angrily. That's all I wanted to know. Farewell. Well, back to Nanny. I have a hunch that maybe Nanny is stealing everything. Or maybe the closet is stealing everything. Well met, good sir. I'm Nanny. And how are you this fine? Oh, we've met before. Nanny giggles and smiles gleefully. I'm sorry. I knew you'd look familiar, though. That's alright, Nanny. I had some questions. Please ask, she smiles giddily. Kim said someone's been taking things from her room, too. Have you seen anything odd?
Updated my journal.
Nanny's eyes suddenly go wide. Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kim's room while she was out talking to a patron. I watched the front doors all the day, but he never ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out a window, and so I never figured out where he went. And then I totally forgot about it. Weird, huh? That it is. Farewell, Nanny. Okay, let's go to Eve. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft sea green eyes. Greetings. Greetings, I am Eves, the tail chaser. What a coincidence! I too chase tails. Mort, shut the fuck up! Eves continue unperturbed. That word. Have you come to trade tales? I would like to trade tales. Is not. I would like that very much, yes. Tell the story of your waking up in the mortuary. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of your awakening in the Dustman's mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. I too will tell a tale of the Dustman. Chapters of Dust. Go on. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the Dustmen keep that records the passing of all that lives into the eternal boundary. In this book, there are chapters that are not but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. I have another tale to share with you. Eves nod. I would like that very much, yes. Tell her the story of the alley of lingering sighs. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. And now I have one for you. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a modron is? No. Modrons are creatures of total law. Almost more machinery than living things. There are many different sorts of modron, but all have their place in a very rigid, carefully organized hierarchy. So dedicated are they to this system that they cannot communicate with or even consider the existence of modrons who are not their immediate superiors or inferiors. I understand now. Then I shall tell you the tale of the clock and the quadron. Go on. Once upon a time, there existed a modron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had to come to sigil, following the commands of its modron superiors. Go on. It knew nothing but commands and dictates of obedience and passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, modrons are only aware of the commands of their immediate superiors. They have no grasp of higher authority. Until this once. One day, it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was scrapped along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. The modron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filled and oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired the clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort a modron. And what the modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock that it had worked on, and for reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. Oh, that's such a cute story! I have another tale to share with you. If not, I would like that very much, yes. Tell her the story of Rickwin's curse. Eve's leans forward. I have one for you. The Gilded Tale. Upon the plains of Isgard is the Gilded Hall, where those sensates that seek the pleasures of gullet and loin can be found. They indulge these passions in earnest, never realizing that the doors of the hall never open, and that there is no clean path back to the civic festival. They are the unwanted sensates, the ones that do not truly believe in the faction, but instead seek only pleasure for pleasure's sake. Are prisoners who do not realize they are such truly prisoners? Cenobites! They turn into Cenobites. No? Tell the story of the Alley of Dangerous Angles. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you, the Lady Suitor. The tale concerns the suitor of the Lady of Pain, one of many over the years. He was a young man who was obsessed with the mistress of Sigil. He saw her everywhere, in every corner of her city. He would hear the rustling of her robes, the scrape of her blades, and grew infatuated beyond all reason. He hoped that if he worshipped her, that he would at last be able to see her, and so worship her he did. He was found dead on the blood-soaked steps of his own home, grievous stab wounds covering the whole of his body, but his eyes were open wide, and upon his lips was a triumphant smile. Not king-shaming, not king-shaming, not king-shaming. I'm better than that. Tell her the story of Farod. Eves leaned forward as you tell her the tale of the fall of Farod. She seems to devour every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Once came a man who had experienced the most beautiful thing in the multiverse. It was his intention to place the experience within one of the civic festival's sensory stones. Magical devices which held feelings and memories for an eternity, leaving them for others to partake of. But he thought about it. Wouldn't its being shared dilute the experience? So he held it to himself, precious thing that it was, and aged with the memory. But as he aged, the memory became tarnished and beaten, and he could no longer recall the glory of the experience. Okay. Tell her the story of Ignus. Eves leaned forward as you tell the tale of Ignus and the art that burned within him. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. The execution. Oh my. Once a murderer roamed Sigil's streets, a black-hearted man by the name of Kozax. He had been blessed by his abyssal mother so that no one could strike him with an intent to harm, or they themselves would die. He reveled in his blessing, using it to start fights and murder anyone who crossed his path. During one of his murderous rages, he was captured by the Harmonium with nets and brought before the governors. The trial was short, final, yet Cossacks laughed at the proceedings, knowing that no one among them could harm him without dying horribly. At the final day of his trial, he was proclaimed guilty and sentenced to death. Cossack's sentence proclaimed by the governors was this: confinement for thrice 30 days, during which time you shall give up your life, be declared dead, and your body removed when all signs of life cease. Cossack laughed and dared any of them to try and harm him, yet the court was silent. The mercy killers led Cossacks to their prison and locked him in a dark, empty cell. There was no cot, no lights, and the only door was a steel grate in the ceiling. As they lowered him into the cell, the mercy killer told him, "In the corner of your cell will you find a chalice. It holds poison. Your death will be swift." "Aren't you going to execute me?" Cossack snarled at the guard. "No one in Sigil shall lay a hand on you with intent to harm," came the mercy killer's reply. "Then I spit on your cowardice," Cossack laughed, feeling for the chalice in the darkness, then hurling it at the wall and shattering it. Its poison dripped from the walls and dried until it was no more. "Come then, you will have to try to kill me now." But there was no response from the grate in the ceiling. It was then that Cossacks noticed the cell had no cot, no lights, and no food and water. All that remained was the shattered chalice, the poison gone, and for the first time, Cossacks knew the icy touch of death's approach. In twice 30 days, the grate opened, and Cossack's body, now cold, was taken from the cell. It had given up its life, and the execution had been carried out. Holy shit! That was also actually a fascinating story. Mort, do you have a story to trade? Me? Why do I have to tell a story? Forget it then. No, I'll do it. I just thought I'd complain a little out of convention. Besides, I love the attention. Fucking Mort. Fine, go ahead then. An elderly man was sitting alone on a dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and yet forgotten both where he was traveling to and who he was. He had sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned toothlessly, and with a cackle spoke. "Now your third wish. What will it be?" Third wish? The man was baffled. How can it be a third wish if I haven't had the first and second wish? I think I heard this story. I think it's a riddle, no? Because it sounds very familiar to me. "You have had 2 wishes already," the hag said, "but your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you had made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing, because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes." She cackled at the poor Berg. "So it is that you have 1 wish left." "Alright," said the man. "I don't believe this, but there is no harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am." "Funny," said the old woman, as she granted his wish and disappeared forever. "That was your first wish." Oh, I think I remembered something like that. I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere. But still, cool story. Eve smiles. "An interesting tale, Mort. And now, I have one for you and your companion. The Fiend's Game." A fiend sometimes wander the wilderness of a certain prime world in the guise of a friendly old man. One day he came upon some hunters in the wood. "What are you doing?" the fiend asked. The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. "I had never been on a hunt before." The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where several deer were grazing. The hunters carried crossbows, but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. "They are unarmed," the hunters chuckled, patting their crossbows. "We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. After all, where is the sport in that?" The fiend nodded at this, and promptly gated in 3 of his fellows. The hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. Yeah, I didn't like this. I didn't like this story that much. Anna, do you have a story to trade? Hi. I'm no good at telling such things, I'm not. She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to shoo away the idea. Don't be asking me for such nonsense now. He smiles at Anna. But I would very much like to hear your story. Please share your story, Anna. Come on already, Finling! You already have one tale you won't part with. God damn it. Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. Well, I know one story. She suddenly becomes angry, glaring at Eve. But you might not like it. You won't, so don't be blaming me for your choking it out of me. Go ahead, Anna. Anna scowls, then finally relents with an exasperated sigh. I heard the story when I was a wee lass. This berg's walking home real late, near Antipeak, and passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. Where are you going? She asks him. Home, to me wife, and keep, he says. Near the slags? She asks him. Sure enough, he says. So she asks him a favor, to take a box she has got to the Deader's Pit and give it to the woman there. Now this berg's a real sap, too nice to say no, despite the fact he is sure something's not quite right about this old crone, and agrees. But what's the woman's name? He asks. Where does she live? Where should I look for her if she is not by Deader's Pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing wrapped in colored cloth, and tells him to just go and she will be there. Finally she warns him, and whatever you do, do not open the box. So he takes it home with him and hides it in the rafters, thinking he will bring it by Deader's Pit when the light is out. His wife, though, seeing him hiding the box, gets right jealous, thinking it's a gift for a lover or something, and opens it up as soon as he's not looking. Well, it turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and severed male members with the hairs still on them. Her scream brought the berg running. He remembered what the crone said, got right scared, and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away to the other's pit, and sure enough, there was another old hag waiting there for him. Answered the box, and she says to him, "This box has been opened and looked into." The poor berg tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look on her face. "You have done something horrible," she tells him, then disappears. That done, he hurries back to his skip. He is feeling ill when he gets back and takes to bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box and all, but it was too late. Next day, he died of a rotten disease, and the first thing to go was his eyes and stem. Anna nods grimly, tale complete. Again, this story is very familiar to me. I'm pretty sure I read it online or something. But still, cool story. Eve smiles. That was a wonderful tale, Anna. I think the cat is sitting on the keyboard. Mod. I think she wants attention and playtime, maybe. I know there is a ball of her that is like running around the house. Maybe she wants to play with the ball? Like, I think maybe it's behind the sofa? Or something. I found like 2 balls when I was cleaning. And I genuinely have no idea what she did with them. I guess we'll need to clean again just to find those balls. That was a wonderful tale, Anna. You should never hesitate to share it. Now, I have one for you and your companions. The Parched Land. Once, a large village was struck by a terrible drought. A farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone, and again implored it as to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fiends were parched and dying. While the animals and the people suffered, while the stone did not a thing. Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees, but the stone did not respond. It merely sat and cast its shadow. That's the stupidest story I've heard, honestly. No, really, like, it's kind of silly. Like, I guess I understand what they were trying to get at, but I still find this story a bit lacking compared to the others. Dakon, do you have a story to trade? Dakon nods solemnly. I shall impart the tale of the Akali drowning. Dakon tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali, however, asks so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Lovely! Fascinating, Dakon. Let me share with you and your companions another version of your tale I've heard. Dakon looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. Eve goes on to tell a different version of Dakon's tale, in which Akali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shraktlor for her constant useless prattling. One day, she encountered a Sluddy on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Sluddy found difficult to break down. Angrily, it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and as she became more absorbed in her pointless queries and the Sluddy's answers, her own world decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of Limbo. Okay, I had a question for you, Eves. Eves nodded quietly. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins and ends with the question, what can change the nature of a man? Go on. Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail. And they found the price of the wrong answers to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that my nightmares are woven from. Go on. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly but shouted to Sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's questions, and now there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. Hey, Sir Pyroli, how you doing? You and the geese.
Updated my journal.
Echo is found thinking. I once heard the tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. Ask Dolora, though. I understand that she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. That's all I wish to know, Eves. Farewell. Yo! Oh, curry is amazing. What kind of curry are you making?
Stronger.
Balance
What you be wanting
in all
now?
things.
Ooh. Ooh, that sounds badass.
Right.
This is a passionate, steamy, and rather graphic love letter. Words to and whom it's from, however, are quite vague. But without carrots and pork, not chicken. Ooh. It sounds so good, not gonna lie. Okay, next we're looking for the final girl, Dolora. Echo. Brothel Patron.
I'm gone.
What happened, Chaos Kitty? What happened, my love? Dolora, where are you? Oh, there you are. As veggies make muscle and dick strong. Good! And we want muscle and dick strong. Did you find the ball? Again, she played with it and threw it somewhere. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman. She literally has white hair. Has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be grey, are the color of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings, I'm called Dolora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways can you serve me, Dolora? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hands to her heart. Bowing her head slightly, I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently. If that is your wish, yes, just take all the people that piss me off, throw them in the building, throw them, and lock the door, and throw the key. And the world would be a quieter place. I'm also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something. So I have the materials for a few such games here. I can imagine, I have so many people in mind that I want to put them in this house. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm unironically. I'm very serious. Debate, you say? Dolora nods. That is correct. I am neither a Tom nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. Should you have a matter to discuss, however, the 15 factions and their effect on Sigillian politics, the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself, I would be most pleased to choose a counterpoint and engage you in debate. Don't bonk me! Come on, I'm trying to have better life. I want other people's to be better, lives better. If I can take all the annoying people and shove them in one building and make them eat each other's head and say whatever they want without hurting anyone from the outside, and we can live our normal lives, wouldn't it be for a better future? I saw you hovering over the physical option before. No horny, only talk. I'm not doing it for horny. I'm not horny for her. I just want all the, you know, people who think themselves as intellectuals, the people who are into brain orgies, the people who are very condescending. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Don't tell me you have never met a person that thinks themselves that they're so smart, they're condescending, that you wanna punch them in the face. Oh, come on, don't give me that You know exactly what I'm talking about. Choose a topic, see if you can best her. You make a serious effort, but it's to no avail. Dolora easily and unhesitatingly crushes each of your arguments with her infallible sense of logic. Damn, she must watch Ben Shapiro before she goes to sleep every day. Only facts and logic, my dude. She seems to take no joy in her victory, however, and merely offers, if you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. Ma'am, I'm a college student. What do you want from me? I'm 18. I'm just a kid. That's my first time actually talking to an adult. You were ruthless. My confidence is shattered. I have student loans. I'm depressed now. But at least I'm immortal, and my Lim is alive. For now. I could argue your positions this time. Would you desire it? No thanks. Could we play a game? Of course. Is there anything particular you wish to play? No, I don't really remember any games. Here then, allow me to show you one. Dolora brings out a thin, lacquered box, which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips. Half of them black, half of them white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules to you? Yes, just let me get my chess cheating device copyrighted trademark ready, and I shall put it up my chess cheating orifices. Yes, yes. Yes, please. Dolora explains to you the rules of the game, how the chips are moved, how one bests one's opponent. It seems somehow faintly familiar to you. The rules are simple, yes, but a great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. It takes a great deal of time to master. Shall we play? You want soup after third stream? Yeah. I mean, if you're hungry, you can start like working on the cheese toast. Okay. So after stream. Yes, let's. Despite you being certain you have played before, Dolora defeats you easily. She does not smile or gloat, however, but quietly begins to put the game away. You seem to possess a decent understanding of the game. In time, you'll become quite proficient. Wow, total skill issue, and also my chess cheating device trademark copyright is clearly broken. Next time I'm gonna shove a hamster up my ass. Hey, sweetie bun sock, how you doing? You came just in time for me talking about shoving hamsters up my ass. Not literally, by the way. I'm really upset because I did a huge flashlight walk. What happened? Dolores plays so mercilessly. Dolora nods. Mistress Grace instructed me to hold nothing back, for another of her students plays so that her opponent will always just manage a win. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience, a true challenge, rather than something that might be more pleasing to one's ego. Man, she's watching all the debate boards on like loops. She doesn't care. She lives on debate boards. She's literally me when I was like younger. But now I'm a better person. I recovered. I am healthy now. Now I'm just bitter and spiteful. I didn't download a super crucial file and 15 people came to see that movie. Oh. Yikes. Wash blood with bleach and then chloric stuff so dogs don't sniff it. I shall remember that in case I will need this knowledge. Yes, yes. I understand. I had some questions for you. Dolora casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I'm willing to serve you as a patron, but have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. Also, to dissolve bones, use fluoric acid. No, just use the bones to make soup. What the fuck are you talking about? Wink, wink, but use plastic container. Just make soup. Nobody's gonna question the soup. I say it as a soup master. A soup connoisseur. You guys eat? I mean, we will eat later, but like, yeah. Oh yeah, how terrible it was to eat. Who would have thought? My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. What's wrong? Anything I can help you with?
Updated my journal.
She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more you are struck by the pale smoothness of skin, the cold depth of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think, all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there's nothing I could do? Certain? Dollar pauses as if thinking. No, I'm not. A first love. Marry man. Are you sure he's not a married man? He possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Then I'll find this merryman and speak to him on your behalf.
Updated my
Dolora
journal.
nods. The slightest hint of smile appears on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merryman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so you may wish to ask for him in the Civic Fest Hall. I'll return when I find him. Farewell. What is my wisdom? Okay, good.
How may I help you?
Fall from grace turns to you as you approach and smiles slightly. How may I help you? I had some other questions I wanted to ask you. Yes. I spoke to 9 of the students you asked, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th student? How curious. I think Louis is the 10th student in his own way. She knows very well. And your thoughts? You and I should leave this place and explore the plains. There is nothing more for either of us to experience here. Fall from Grace nods. Very well, I will travel with you. If you still desire my company. I do. And she does a little dance.
You'll be joining us.
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Guys, relax! Oh my god, y'all are so rude.
It is
I will put it into intelligence. And next, we have you who needs to level up. I must say, she looks like the tiredest Barbie doll I've seen in my life. She's a succubus priest. Such an interesting class combination. Okay, let's talk to her.
Yes.
If I may ask, Lady Grace, the wings... How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? The meaning of names is a complicated subject. There is much to be said, and a great deal that is better left unsaid. Is Fall from Grace your real name? Perhaps, she smiles slightly, perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who is to say which is the real one? I think the name which is earned carries the greater weight. That may be so. Why do you think that? Because the name that is earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells of what you have accomplished. Grace nods. Your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? She smiles. It is an earned name. Matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I have fallen for my people. Some would say risen for my people. Perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. She looks at you questioningly. Does this make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Fall from Grace is silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that is why it felt as it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. Are you sure you have come to terms with it? Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you're once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It is turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so, yet, in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things, she smiles. You have my thanks. Well, if you want to talk about it, let me know, alright? She nods. You are most kind. I will do so. Very well then, can I ask you some questions?
Yes.
I want to talk about our companions. What in particular do you wish to discuss? Mort. Mort is most peculiar. I have seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a mimir. Granted, there is no denying he is knowledgeable, but he has a certain... She sniffed at her and wrinkles her nose. Balturian smell about him? Balturian smell? Yes, but he's not a Batzu, at least of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. What do you mean when you say Ba'adzu and Ba'atorian? My apologies, Ba'ator is one of the outer planes, the home of a race of fiends called the Ba'adzu. They are evil creatures, yet they are organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some might call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they are like evil bureaucrats. Lovely! A plane that is just an office building with never-ending papers. Fun! What were you saying about a mimir before? Mimirs are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess knowledge, they will inform the user of what it knows. And Mort is a mimir? I don't believe so. Mort lacks the silvery metal that mimirs customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional mimirs. Grace shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any I've ever encountered. I believe Mort might be a mimir. Then enough has been said on this subject. Let's move out then. Okay, let's talk to Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief? No, let's talk to Fall from Grace again. Let's say that we don't think Mort is a mimir.
Yes.
I don't believe Mort is a mimir either. Perhaps there is some test to verify his authenticity, but I would not do one if you value him as a friend. If you do, then you must accept what he has told you. Right, that's all I wish to discuss. Okay, let's try to talk to him.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
You said you're a mimir, right, Mort? Yeah, a mimir's floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. But aren't mimirs made out of silvery metal? So, maybe some are, but I'm not, and there is stranger things on the plains than that, Chief. I think you're a mimir, Mort. What are you? What's the interrogation? What do you know about mimirs anyway? I know enough to think you're lying to me. First, that bit about the missing line from my back, saying not to trust you. Then this. What am I supposed to think? Okay, I'm not a mimir, but I know a lot of stuff, so I might as well be one. What are you then? I'm a floating skull who knows a lot. What about the Baldurian smell you have? What would you know about the battle? What battle smells like? Unless, hey, you've been talking about me with that Tanarig, haven't you? What does she know? Well, she obviously touched on something. That is a Baldurian smell, right? Well, yeah, so I smell a little. Excuse me. Why do you smell like Baldur? I was in the Hells for a while, kind of a long while. The stench kind of grows on you. You were in the Hells. What were you doing there? See, well, there is this pillar on Avernus, the first layer of Baldur. It's called the Pillar of Skulls, but it's more like the Pillar of Heads. To hear some bashers tell it, it's supposedly made of the heads of Burgs, who mostly sages and scholars, who used their knowing of this and knowing of that when they were alive to stretch the truth a little, so much they might have hurt or killed someone by doing it. Well, when I died, I ended up there. Funny, huh? Not really. Mold goes silent for a moment. Yeah, you're right, it's not funny at all. You see, I think I knew a lot of things when I was alive, and maybe when I did know something, I didn't always tell the truth about it. I'm thinking that when I bent the truth once or twice, I may have led to someone getting penned in the dead book sooner than they should have. It was me, wasn't it? Mort looks at you for a moment. Yeah, I can't say how I know it, Chief, but I know so, but I think so. I think you were the one that got me sent there. The last twig in the bundle before the whole arch snaps. Thing is, I can't remember what happened. I don't even remember being human or what my life was even like before I woke up on the pillar. Holy shit! Take out the popcorn, this shit is fascinating. What did you forget? That's pretty much the way of things when you die. As I'm sure you're no stranger to this, you just forget. I figure I wasn't a sterling member of the community when I was alive, but hells, who is? Mort sighs. It's just that I can't help it. Nothing is worse than being honest all the time. Except being sentenced to the hells, that sounds a lot worse than telling the truth. Yeah, you're right again. Mort clicks his teeth. The way he does, it reminds you of someone drumming their finger. I guess just all that good and evil and lying and cheating catches up with you. And when I got penned in the dead book, it was my turn to pay the ferryman. So how did you escape the pillar?
Updated my journal.
Well, you helped me, Chief. When you showed up at the Pillar of Skulls, I pushed my way to the front. My obvious know-how and charm attracted your attention. You knew that I was the head that knew the most, so I cut a deal with you. Deal? As Mort speaks, your vision seems to bleed into a fiery red, and you hear a howling, a horrible screaming tower of voices, chittering, screeching, hammering, all of them begging, screaming to be freed, and Mort's voice, faint, almost lost in the horde. He sounds desperate, frightened, and pathetically, tragically, lost. You, Skull, speak. The howling voices fall silent, and you watch the tiny red-lined skull, its cracked features cast in a hellish light, turn its eyes up at you. Blood and ichor has streamed across its features, and its teeth chatter as if cold. I can help you. I know what you seek. All these heads, all their knowing. Just please, I beg you, free me. Let me help you. I will tell you anything, everything. Will you? Swear it, Skull. Swear you will serve me until my end days, or here you will remain. I swear, just please please free me. You watch as Mort seekingly swallows his pride, almost a tangible thing. I beg you, let me help you, please. Very well, I shall free you. Your vision slides as if you are moving, and the howling, screaming cacophony begins again. A nightmarish horde of howls and catcalls, and taunts and insults. I love that they put catcalls there. I don't know why. I find it funny. The feel of your hands sliding into the filthy quagmire of the pillar, the biting of fangs, mandibles, and your hands locking around the tiny skull and ripping, tearing it from the pillar like an old scab. It is done. You look down the bloody skull in your scarred hands, its eyes covered in ichor from the pillar, and its teeth chatter once, twice. It reminds you of a wailing newborn, helpless, but in the eyes of the man you once were, pathetic. I have freed you. Now your life and your death is mine, Mort. Your vision swirls. So we also gave him his name. Your vision swirls the mists of the past drifting away, and Mort is still chattering on. We talked for a while, Chief, you and me, seeing whether the arrangement would work, and I think we both were really impressed with each other. So you invited me off the pillar, and I've kind of been with you ever since. Huh, what happens then? Well, I didn't know I'd lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I mean, how was I to know I had never been off the damn thing? But you were pretty understanding about it. You lost all the knowledge you said you had. Your vision swirls again, making you dizzy, and you feel your gut churn. Your head... you hear the cracking, snapping of bone, and Mort's howls, howling in pain, screaming for someone to stop killing him, and your hand lashing out again and again, and damn you, Skull, you lied to me! I'll thrust you back in the damnable pillar and leave you to die there! There is the clatter of bones against what sounds like metal, a floor or a wall, and the skittering of teeth knocked free. You can hear Mort mewling like a bitten dog for you to know that your suffering on the pillar will be nothing to the torment I will make you suffer. I must say, my previous lives, I was an asshole. I don't think I like the person I used to be. I like the person I am today. Confused, but kinda friendly. Your vision swirls and Mort's cries ebb, fading into his chattering rhythm. So you realized I still had my uses, so I took up with you, and I've been with you ever since. Mort, what did I want from the pillar? And how long ago was it that I freed you? Mort thinks for a moment. Well, as for how long, I don't know the exact count, Chief. Ages, I suppose. I've done all I could to help you each time, but... Mort sighs. It's not easy. And as for what you wanted at the pillar, I don't know. Once you pried me off, I couldn't remember. Mort, why didn't you say something when we were at the mortuary? Mort suddenly becomes defensive. Because I never know. Because I never know who you are going to be. Some of your incarnations have been stark, raving mad. One time you were obsessed with the idea that I was your skull and chased me around the spire trying to shatter and devour me. Luckily, you were crushed by a passing cart in the street. Another good and lawful, you tried to thrust me back into the pillar because it's where I belonged. Mort smirks. That's why. Because no harm's ever come of you not knowing. So you have stayed with me all this time? Well, yeah, Chief, I said I would. Mort always keeps his promises. He pauses. Well, most of them. There was this one shit on Arborea who... You suddenly realize that Mort's tone has changed. Past the joke, you realize he's trying to hide something. Something about why he is with you. Mort, seriously, why are you still traveling with me? Chief, I said it's because I promised, alright? He looks irritated. What else could it be? I don't know, you didn't need to stick around after I freed you. Well, of course not, Chief, but And suddenly, his tone of voice strikes a chord in you, and you know why he's remained with you all this time. You feel guilty, because you led me to my death so long ago, isn't it? And you've been suffering ever since. I actually feel bad for Mort. I really feel bad for Mort. Like, yes, he did horrible things. And he lied, and he led to our death. But didn't he suffer enough with us? Holy shit, I feel really, really bad. Like, I genuinely feel bad for him. Oh, come on, Chief. Me? Feel guilty? I'm Mort. No, I think that's it. When I came to free you from the fate you deserved, you couldn't help but try and help me. And when you could have left after I freed you, you remained because you felt indebted. Mort is silent for a moment, looking at you. Maybe. You know what's funny? At first, I don't know what the feeling was. It kind of slowly eats at you, you know? I mean, at first I thought it was a side effect of some enchantment that bound me to you. But after a couple of hundreds of years, I realized it was more than that. Something deeper. I just felt drawn, connected to you somehow. Maybe it's all your suffering, Chief. Your torment. I don't know. Maybe I felt, I don't know, responsible for whatever it is I did. What if something I did brought you to this state? Thing is, I don't think me or whoever I was really ever had to see the consequences of all the lying and cheating I'd done. And when I saw you for the first time when I was trapped on the pillar, somehow I knew that you were the one I betrayed once, long ago. Mort sighs. And that's all I know. I see. Thanks for coming clean, Mort.
Updated my journal.
And Mort gained some boosts. Nah, don't thank me. Mort sighs. And to your surprise, his voice seems stronger somehow, more confident. Some of the cracks and fractures in his skull have vanished as if healed. Nah, the thanks is all to you. I feel like I just had a plane moved off my shoulders, so to speak. Mort is cool. Yeah, I especially start to feel bad when one of our previous reincarnations just beat the shit out of him. I can genuinely feel for him. Like, in a weird way, I also can relate to this guy, you know? Like, I think he unlocked some deep trauma or something, I don't know. I just feel for the skull. Alright, Mort, let's move on. But yeah, it seems like Mort is doing better. And he looks happy. Still chaotic good. Lawful neutral, and I like that all my characters are either neutral or good.
Done.
This is Louis, the talking armorer. I had some question, Louis. Yes? Then told me she saw a man leaving Kim Othertongue's room. I think that was you, Louis. You think? Think? How could you be so alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous as to spot forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges? How dare you? Impertinent brassy cur. Why, I ought to... As Louis rests and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire drawers make it difficult to grab, however. Make a try for it. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch the crimson cloth from within Louis. The most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. Give me the crimson cloth. Shan't, won't, never! Pull open the drawers to get the cloth. Stop! I say, watch the handles! Don't scratch the finish! Damn you, you prying filth! The armor puts up a violent effort, but you finally pull the drawer open and yank the cloth, a translucent crimson veil from within. Tucking it away, you notice that it is perfumed with a light, exotic, and most pleasant fragrance. Damn it! You rogue, blackguard scoundrel! You give that back this instant! That's not yours. That is an exceedingly personal garment that belongs to a lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. Oh, but it's alright for you, you wooden pervert. I am not doing anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I am merely soaking the sensations necessary to my growth as an individual. Yeah, farewell, Louis. So... what can we get rid of? Okay, let's start with Vivian. I think this is Vivian? Yeah. Vivian greets you with a polite half smile. Had you any luck in finding any sand, perchance? Yes, I found it in this red veil. Vivian's eyes light up. Oh, how simply wonderful. She takes the veil from your hands, mutters a few words over it, and returns it to you. She shakes out her crimson hair, and in moments, you are surrounded by the most intensely exotic and arousing scent you have ever had the pleasure of smelling. That smells great. It does it not? She smiles at you, and as you have done a favor for me, so I wish to perform one for you. Stand close to me, scarred one. Approach her. You step closer to Vivian. She takes your hand and, turning it over, takes a single cautious sniff of your wrist. Phew! She wrinkles her nose. Vinegar or embalming fluid? Here, I'll remove this smell from you. She mutters a few strange syllables, and a light tingling sensation spreads over your skin. In moments, your chemical reek lessens substantially. There, how is that? People should be less eager to avoid conversations with you now. Thanks, Vivian. Farewell.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Yes, I did.
In enduring, grow strong.
Let's take pickpocket and open doors. Next, we are going to return to Marissa. Marissa's cold, cruel voice hisses from out of the darkness. It returns! You have a reason for coming this time, I trust, or just more of your pointless questions. Actually, I've brought your crimson veil. Then would you please hand it over? Of course, here you go.
Updated my journal.
You hold the crimson veil before you, and feel her take it from your hands. Ah yes, much better. Two shining points of red light appear before you as she opens her eyes. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut. Watch that forked tongue of yours, Marissa. Do not get me even started. I have a question. Ask. Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue? I suppose I could. Why? Do you happen to carry a limb? I guess I really have to turn my best into a statue, eh? Yes, I am. Hand it here then. Marissa takes the happy little creature from your hands. It chirps happily. Pew! Pew! Unaware of its impending fate. Holy shit, now I feel bad! With an eerie flash of sickly red light, the gleeful lim's chirping come to an abrupt and disquieting stop. Marissa places the limb, now a thing of cold and heavy stone, into your hands. My thanks, Marissa. Farewell. Stone limb. It was your pet limb that you had Marissa turn into stone with her petrifying glance. It weighs at least twice as much as it did before. Its tiny smiling mouth has been forever transfixed in such a manner that you can practically hear its gleeful cheer. Pia! I guess it's for a quest, but I can always buy another limb. But this limb I think is We should hold a funeral for our little Lim Lim. In the name of the quest, we shall bury the Lim Lim. Also, I didn't see what she has in her inventory. Fall from Grace's diary. The book looks like it... Thank you, Mod. Moment of silence for our fallen Lim Lim. May he rest in peace. This book looks like it is made from paper-thin silver sheets. The engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there is a small lock on the side of the book. No matter how you try, there exists attempts to open it. Okay, I guess she didn't like that we tried to open it. Let's get going.
Anna, were you raised in the hive? Mind your own business, succubus. I've nothing to say to you.
Oh, come on, girls, relax, will ya?
Very well then.
Okay, next we are looking for someone named Nemel. Oh, it's the quest that I couldn't do because I kind of fucked it up. The stars on the I wait, no, let's talk to her anyways. I'm looking for someone. Where could she be? Namel wonders her companion, Elwyn, was supposed to have met her here days ago. This woman sighs miserably. The air around her goes chill with her sadness. How long must she search the vast foreign city before she finds her dearest friend? I could help you find your friend. What does she look like? Namel clasps her hands together and bows her head to you. She would be so pleased to hear news of her friend. She told the kind stranger what Elwyn looked like, so that he would know her should he come across her. An image forms in your mind. A woman who resembles Namel, but with golden eyes and hair of fiery crimson. I will return if I find her. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Okay, let's go to the east. This tall slender woman occasionally looks up from her cup of wine and scans the surrounding patrons and passerby. Her facial features are elegantly exotic, and her eyes, a brilliant golden color, catch the light sparkling as she looks about. Greetings. She regards you carefully for a moment before replying. She speaks slowly and carefully, avoiding direct eye contact with you. I, Elwyn, return your greetings. Elwyn, your friend Mel is looking for you.
Updated my
She
journal.
begins to smile, but then covers her mouth with her hand and looks down at her drink. I, Elwyn, am most pleased to hear of Namel. Might I, Elwyn, persuade you to tell her of this place? Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Updated my journal.
She looks at you directly, and for just the briefest of moments, before she casts her eyes back down to her drink, your senses are awash with a warm, comfortable feeling. Pure happiness. I, Elwyn, thank you. Of course. Farewell. The woman smiles as she greets you, her beauty no less breathtaking than the first time you saw her. Namel held her breath as the stranger approaches her. Had he found Elwyn, she wondered. I found Elwyn. She was looking for you too.
Updated my journal.
Namel's lips form a perfect smile, and infectious happiness radiates from her, clinging to you like sweet-smelling warmth. Namel was overjoyed to hear of her friend. Was Elwyn close by? She's at another cafe east of here, across this part of the world. Namel thanked the man for his wondrous news. Soon she would go to visit her oldest friend, Elwyn. Not though. She would reward the stranger. No, that's alright. I need no reward. Namel touches her index finger to her lips, making a faint hushing noise. She would draw the stranger close, laying her hand upon his chest and kissing the pale, leathery skin of his cheek. Life would flow into him, invigorating him. This, then, was to be his reward. As you wait, there is a light tingling sensation upon your cheek and chest. The feeling spread across the whole of your body, and you begin to feel stronger, more animated. My thanks, Namel. Farewell. Okay, let's go and talk to Elwyn again. Because going back and forth is our main job. Killing people is our less main job. Elwyn clasps her hands together and bows her head to you in thanks, tears of joy falling from her golden eyes, just as your own eyes begin to water. She wipes away her tears and smiles, causing a wave of intense pleasure to wash over your entire body. Elwyn thanked the stranger. She had been reunited with her dearest friend Namel. It was my pleasure. She nods, then looks down again, the feelings her smile evoked fading away into pleasant memories. I, Elwyn, will tell you something now, stranger. Yes, go on.
Updated my journal.
The name I, Elwyn, chose for you, stranger, is not so fitting. You and I, Elwyn, have met before, in the fest hall, in a place you could not have been were you not a sensate yourself. Whether you recall or no, unless you betrayed the Society of Sensation at some point, you are a sensate. Okay, interesting to know. I see, tell me more. She nods. You and I, Elwyn, have met on 2 different occasions. The first was no less than 2 centuries past. The last more recently, perhaps no more than 50 years ago. How old are you? Honestly, with all the races here, I guess like the median age is around 200 at least. That's quite a long time ago. She nods again. My Elwyn's people are extremely long-lived. Forgetful one. She sighs unhappily, causing a chill to descend over you. You seemed a different man then. Less grim, less scarred, so eager to see all that the multiverses had to offer. You courted me, Elwyn, then, and was nearly taken as a lover, but then you disappeared. Oh! Okay. Where did I go? I, Elwyn, was told you had been slain, murdered. She looked up for a moment, to peer curiously into your eyes. I met you only once more after that. Did I remember you then? No, she shakes her head sadly, then touches her throat. No, you did not. You lashed out at me. Elwyn made to slay me. Oh my god, that was such a dick! Screamed how I, Elwyn, could not fool you, would not ensnare and murder you. What happened? We had met in one of the northern towers of the fest hall, on the 7th floor, before you could shock the life out of me. I, Elwyn, used my powers to bait you leap from a window to your death. When I, Elwyn, finally went in search of your broken body, you had already gone. I see. That is the whole of my Elwyn's tale for you. We were not strangers once, but have now become so. Farewell, stranger, and may fortune walk with you in your travels. Thanks, Elwyn. Farewell. Holy shit, I was a terrible person! Anyways, I think I will call it a stream, because I'm getting very hungry. I don't know about you, Mod. I'm getting very, very hungry. Anyways. Honestly, most of the stream we were in a brothel, so I call it a win, I guess. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for talking. Thank you for being amazing and witness Mort's character development. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.